How many are glad that God is a giver? If there's one reason people don't come to God, I think it's because he's been presented as a taker. Which makes absolutely no sense if you break it down from a logical perspective, because what do you think you have that God actually needs? It's just preposterous for you to think that if God were hungry, he would tell you about it. But people grow up with an image of God. He's a taker. And they don't want to come to a taker because I'm afraid that if I come to a God who wants to take away my life and my fun and my choices and my decisions, God wants to take. You know, it's presented like that. But I found God in my own personal experience to be an outgiver. Forget about a giver. I found him to be an outgiver. I found out that God has such an ego about how big he is. And he's the only one who's allowed to have an ego, that when you give him something, he'll multiply it, give it back to you bigger than it was when it left his hand, and look at you like, what? You want some more? Ask that little boy who gave his lunch to the disciples, and the disciples gave it to Jesus. And when Jesus got finished with it, there was leftovers, 12 bags of leftovers. Because God will not be outgiven. Touch somebody, say God's a giver. You need to know this in the core of your theology, that God is a giver. Every breath is a gift. Every word is a gift. Every season you've made it through that you shouldn't have made it through, it's a gift. Every time you recycle blood through your body and it makes one more circuit, one more trip to keep you alive, every beat of your heart is a gift from a God who has given you every piece of ground you've ever stood on. He's a good God. A giving God.